features with Livingston and Tangela too, and our host Vincent Van Dahl, and he brings it to ya. Creature features and all creatures and all features, and the creature gonna get you tonight. You better not turn out your bedroom light. He'll grab your head and give it such a bite. You may even die, just from a fright. You ain't nothing gonna be, baby. You ain't nothing gonna be alright. Cause the creature gonna get you, baby. Don't get you tonight.
No, Tangela, only black notes, and only 7 of them.
Is there a purpose to all this?
Indeed, I'm having her play sharps and flats.
I'm sorry.
Tonight's film was originally titled Murder to the Tune of the 7 Black Notes. It was also titled 7 Notes in Black. I thought that by perhaps using this implied musical recipe, we could set the proper ambiance to introduce our film.
Mission accomplished if this is a circus film.
Oh, never mind. That'll be enough, Tangela. Welcome to Creature Features. I'm your host, Vincent. With me is my stalwart steward, the commendable Mr. Livingston. And the tiny musical prodigy on this side would be my lovely and talented housemate, the charming Miss Tangela. And we have a most super spectacular show in store for you. As mentioned prior, we'll present a film that was originally called 7 Notes in Black. But eventually, after a trip across the pond from Italy and landing upon the shores here in the colonies, the name of the film was changed to The Psychic.
I like the other name better.
On that, sir, we can agree. In any case, this 1977 Italian giallo film was directed by Lucio Fulci and stars Jennifer O'Neill and a large collection of other thespians with Italian surnames. The plot is rather spooky, and we think you'll enjoy this wonderful film. Guest-wise, we'll be joined by Kurt "Crowbar" Kangas. This icon from the 60s music scene runs a group called Artista that is devoted to keeping the spirit of that decade alive. He'll tell us tales about his close association with such luminaries as Big Brother and the Holding Company, The Grateful Dead, Jefferson Airplane, and others.
Perhaps he can teach your young charge how to actually play the piano.
Perhaps. So don't go away, for it is to be another night of Italian giallo fright, right here on Creature Features. Stay tuned. Crowbar, did you know that if all viewers were to switch over to Channel 4, they could watch The Singing Nun starring Debbie Reynolds?
I love it.
It sounds like a good film.
It does.
Better than the tripe we'll be serving here tonight. Welcome to Creature Features. It's going to be another fun night of entertainment and informative guests, Crowbar being one. What's your full name again?
Kurt Kangas.
You know, I like the Crowbar moniker. However, Kurt Kangas sounds like a superstar.
Well, it's a Finnish name.
No, it sounds like somebody who would be next to Mad Max at the Thunderdome, fighting crime and bad people. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine, thank you, Vincent.
How was the trip up?
Easy.
Easy?
Easy. Highway was good.
We never hear this.
Yeah.
No, typically we hear it was fine until we got to Bodega Bay, and then a zillion birds pooped on our automobile.
That's right.
And you lucked out, but they'll get you on the way down.
Yeah.
Down the hill. No, they know. They'll clean you coming up, or they'll clean you coming down. Anyways, Crowbar, Kurt, how would we describe you? You are a luminary of the rock and roll world.
I don't know about the rock and roll world,
Right.
but more of the hippie genre of the 60s.
Which was quite rock and roll.
There was a lot of that involved.
Right. And so would you say you are somebody who's documented this or?
Many times.
Many times.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. I was in the middle of the Haight-Ashbury, right when it began,
Right.
and stayed there 12 years, so I saw a lot.
And some of the names you've dropped are the Grateful Dead,
Yeah.
Wavy Gravy,
Yeah.
Big Brother and the Holding Company.
Big time.
Right. And then they had Janis Joplin, of course,
They
right?
did.
Right.
Quicksilver Messenger Service,
Right.
Country Joe and the Fish, all the bands of the
Jefferson
60s.
Starship.
Yeah.
No, they were Jefferson Airplane back then.
You got it.
Right.
Yeah.
So you knew them all. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. And would you say from the beginning, would that be 1967, Summer of Love official?
That would be 1966.
66?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right when it kind of started. And by the time it started going, 67 came along, and they had the famous, what they call Summer of Love in Golden Gate Park.
Right.
Of course, it didn't have a name back then.
No.
And it wasn't even recognized
Right.
for maybe 10 years.
Right.
When they decided to celebrate it.
How wonderful.
Yeah.
Good. Well, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about other things you've done. You're involved in an autistic group. I need to say that more clearly. Artistic group that is dedicated to the artwork from that era.
It is.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about that. But first we're going to start this film, The Psychic, 1977. Have you seen it?
Can't wait. No, I don't recall seeing it.
It's got Jennifer O'Neill.
Ah,
And, she was really famous back
there's
in...
a star for you.
Right, yeah. No. Not so much these days, but she's still around. So.
Yeah.
All right, let's get the film started. And when we come back, we're going to chat with Crowbar about rock and roll. See you soon.
Hello, this is Mr. Livingston. It would appear that I have been tasked yet again to deliver another plea intended to separate you from your hard-earned money. This program now has its own channel and associated apps that allow you to watch the entire Creature Features library and much more. Entitled Creature Features TV, this is a system that works much like Netflix or Hulu. Besides early access to all the new Creature Features episodes, you'll also have access to many other offerings and some archival episodes of the original show with Mr. Bob Wilkins. You'll also have exclusive access to a new Creature Features show that will be introduced soon and will not be available anywhere else. Your generous but modest monthly subscription fee will also greatly assist in the continued production of the show, so there's that as well. Miss Tangela has asked me to inform you that if you subscribe to Creature Features TV, she will be sure to create more dancing videos just for you. I think not. So please visit www.creaturefeaturestv.com to learn more. Thank you for your time.
Jennifer O'Neill, somebody should have done a song about Jennifer O'Neill. I mean, why not? She was married 9 times to 8 different men.
That's true.
How do you do that? Marry one of them twice, right?
There's obviously a problem there.
Well, the problem was with him. I mean, it went wrong the first time, and he tried again. And I bet he was somewhere in the middle, too, so it didn't even work the second time. Who knows? Anyways, welcome back to the show. We are watching The Psychic 1977 with Jennifer O'Neill. And I'm with Crowbar. And Crowbar, I want to know how in God's name you got a nickname like this.
It's not so glorious as you might think.
I'm hoping it's not.
I met a famous disc jockey from KFRC named Steve O'Shea.
Right.
I used to listen to him when I was in school, and I met him when I was about 19 or 20, and he gave me that name from Ma and Pa Kettle. You remember them?
I remember those.
And there were two Indians that hung around the Kettle farm from the reservation,
Right.
named Giada and Crowbar.
I didn't recall this.
And I used to have long hair back then, believe it or not.
Right.
And so I kind of resembled Crowbar.
Dark hair, I assume.
I don't remember.
Oh.
That was so
A long
long
time
ago.
ago, of course. Right.
Yeah.
So there you go. You're
Yeah.
now Crowbar.
Yeah, and it stuck.
Why not?
He kept introducing me to other musicians and other music people as Crowbar.
So did you ever get mistakenly called by craftsmen who needed a crowbar?
No, but I
Bring me a crowbar, and then somebody drug you over.
Well, almost. People don't remember what my name is, so I've been called Screwdriver and Ratchet.
Oh,
and,
that's nice. Right.
And Sawblade and Hammerhead and
You could have started your own band called The Tools. Right?
there is.
Something like that. All right, so you were there at the beginning. What was Haight-Ashbury like?
Well, back then it was exciting,
Right.
Because it was a new frontier that a lot of people were delving into.
Right.
And to get the record straight, I was searching more for spiritual things than I was for anti-war.
Right.
I was not that at all. And many of the people there came there to find a new lifestyle. They were tired of what was going on in the world, religion, which I don't want to talk about.
Right.
And of course, a new frontier in sex. It was a revolution of music, religion, sex.
Drugs, rock and roll, the whole thing.
I didn't
Right.
want to say it, but you did. So
That was that.
Yeah.
No, it's not much of a mystery.
no, and that's what was fun about it until the wrong people started to come in. I mean, any criminal could grow his hair and beard and filter right into the hippie thing, and we would never know. And take Charlie Manson, for example.
Right. No, that's the
Yeah.
first one that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Right. I bet there's more, though.
So a lot of people left the city and moved north, moved to the country, moved to Petaluma, to Novato. The Grateful Dead moved there. A lot
Which
of
is
people
all
moved.
close to here. in
Yeah.
Bodega, right?
Yeah, they all came.
Right.
They all
They all
came.
moved north.
Got out of the city.
You were mentioning during the break something about sleeping in Golden Gate Park.
Yeah, there was a period of time where I didn't have any place to sleep. So what you did, or what I did, was I had a pea coat. Navy pea coats were real big back then.
Right.
Because they were wool and comfy.
Right.
And had two girlfriends, and one slept on the right of me and one slept on the left, and we covered ourselves up in a pea coat, and they kept me warm.
Well,
I kept them warm.
That worked out rather nicely then.
Yeah,
Right.
It worked out.
My goodness.
Yeah, we did other things, like we took over abandoned houses. We just moved in and were very quiet. We didn't destroy them.
You were squatters.
We were squatting.
Right.
Yes.
How
Yeah.
nice. No. That's
Yeah.
it's good to keep the rodents out.
Yeah, that
Houses
was a
should
small
be lived
period
in.
of time.
Right.
And panhandling on the street, and spent some time doing that. But if you panhandled $2.50, that went a long way.
Back then,
Yeah, that bought you a loaf of bread, a
Oh,
jar
right.
of peanut butter, a jar of honey,
10 gallons of petrol.
and 2 tickets to the Fillmore or the Avalon.
The good old days.
Yeah,
Well, speaking of going to the cinema, let's get back to the psychic.
let's do
And
that.
when we come back, you got another story for us, right?
Boy.
Boy, all right. Off we go to the psychic, 1977. Don't you dare go away. We'll be back soon. Welcome back to the show. Crowbar had to step away for a moment. I think he went to get a crowbar.
I went to the crowbar.
No,
perhaps.
how does a bloke named Crowbar not walk around with a crowbar in his pocket?
It would look rather suspicious.
No, it would be fitting. Like if my name was Sword.
You'd be walking around with a sword.
That's right.
You would be, wouldn't you?
I would. It would make me look like a knight. Yeah, I never got knighted. Not that there's any reason to.
Small wonder.
Small talk. Anyways, welcome back. We're going to do some letters because you send us mail, and if we do not read the mail you send us, then that makes us look absolutely terrible, does it not?
It does indeed.
That's right. Pass me some mail, sir. Oh,
Springfield, Oregon.
Springfield. I think there's a Springfield in every state in the
I
colonies.
think you might be right. Something to do with The Simpsons. Or
The Simpsons, right? So what's this? Is this?
that's to keep the package protected.
Is that right? Are you sure? Because maybe there could be a gift inside of some kind. Where's the letter? Give me the letter. Oh, that's very nicely written.
Good handwriting.
Handwriting, yes. All right. So this is from Mike and Sherry, Springfield, Oregon. Hello, Vincent Livingston and Angela. Oh, she's already smiling, so something good. Greetings from Springfield, Oregon, the true home of The Simpsons. Last year, while searching for monster movie content on YouTube, we came across your show and have been regular Saturday night viewers ever since. We think you three make the show, and we like the short videos of each of you doing stuff around the mansion. More of Livingston and his duties, please. I don't know if you want to see this. No, he spends his entire day walking around yelling at chambermaids.
I do not,
Well, you speak in cross words with them.
but I do not yell.
All right. Tangela is a brat, but a cute one. We like her. Male call is our favorite part. Sherry says she would like to see these 3 favorite films if you can get them. Number 1, The Maze. There's a film called The Maze.
Evidently.
Number 2, Kaltiki the Immortal Monster. And number 3, The Lost Skeleton of Kedora. I have never heard of any of these films.
Neither have I.
Well, I'm going to look into those because they must be good. Because people in Springfield, Oregon know these things. I could be wrong, but I'm seldom wrong, only sometimes mistaken. We are quivering with anticipation. And finally, a gift. 3 old monster movie mags. Oh my goodness, look at this. From our collection. They are 50 years old and full of photos and ads from those days. Maybe they will give you some ideas for new content. One for each of you. Mike and Sherry, Springfield, Oregon. Well, thank you so much. And look at this writing. I mean, it's almost like this person was an architect.
Perfect.
It is. Yeah. Wonderful handwriting. All right. And that is that for that. Don't you dare run off with those. I want to see at least one. Next up, Mr. Livingston.
We have one from Commerce, Oklahoma.
Commerce, Oklahoma. So I'm assuming they can only do commerce in this one city, and the rest is non-commerce, Oklahoma?
I find your thought process is astounding.
Oh, thank you. Hello, Vincent, Tangela, and Livingston. I enjoy watching the show. It reminds me of the creature shows I watched when I was young. I want to suggest a couple of movies for your show. Warning from Space, 1956, unrated, 1 hour, 27 minutes. Teenagers from Outer Space, 1959, we've shown it
We have.
multiple times. Nightmare, 1964, never heard of it. Valley of the Gwangi, 1969. Well, 2 out of 3 isn't bad, or 3 out of 4 is not bad. Warning from Space. No, I think we did this one as well.
Sounds familiar.
Warning from Space, right, and Teenagers from Outer Space. We'll check into the other 2, though. Samwell's Commerce, Oklahoma. I want to go do commerce in commerce now. Thanks for writing, sir. Next up, Mr. Livingston.
Wisconsin. Eleva.
Oh, let me do it. Eleva, Wisconsin. This was like the 11th city ever created in Wisconsin, so
Oh,
they called
please.
it Eleva. No, it's a true story that I made up just now for you. Oh my goodness. There's for Tangela. $20 American for Tangela. You know what she's going to do with this?
Buy explosives.
She's going to spend it on chemicals to make explosives. All right, this is Sean Foss. And let's see what Sean has to say. Dearest Tangela and Vincent Van Dahl, sorry, this is somewhat rather loose. I'm a fan of Tangela. Why is Mr. Livingston so dull? He's actually an international man of mystery, but he doesn't like to show that side of himself on the show. Not as cool as Tangela and Vincent Van Dahl. My name is Sean Foss. He's given his address. I'm not going to read that out loud. Elva, Wisconsin. Can I get an autograph photograph of you, Mr. Vincent Van Dahl, and Miss Tangela? Thanks. How old is Tangela? I can't tell with all that yawn hair. Tangela is a cutie. $20 in clothes for Tangela. Vincent, do you have a music CD out from your hard rock days? Please let me know. Tangela, you are cute and very interesting. Tangela, you are Creature Features. Tangela, you are the show. I watch you on Channel 18, WTCO, Trompolo County TV. I know this station.
You do?
I do. I'm from Eau Claire, Wisconsin originally. Tangela, love your attitude. P.S. Tangela, write me a letter. Thanks. Stay cool. Wow, Sean. You obviously don't know Tangela as well as we do. Oh, will you play the new It movie with Sophia Lillis, who plays the only girl, Beverly Marsh, for Tangela? All right, let's take these down the line here. Can you get an autograph? I think we can make that happen. How old is Tangela? How old is Tangela?
I'd rather not say.
She's old enough to go to prison, yet young enough not to go to a good one. Right?
All right.
Something like that. All right, let's see. Do I have a music CD out? Apparently I do. It's in the bin at Walmart where they have the cardboard, the discount bin. That's what they call it.
Discount bin.
The discount bin. Yeah, look at your local Walmart. You'll find me. You'll have to dig down in the bottom. Let's see. There was one last question, was there not? Oh, will we play the It movie? Never. Or, no, we'll play it in 50 years when we can afford it. But right now, fresh movies are off the list.
Off the list.
They have to be at least 20 years old for us to afford them. Thanks for writing, sir. That it?
That's it.
That is it for mail. If you'd like to send us mail of your own, go to hellocreaturefeatures.com, and that is a website that will show you how to write us by email or the address to send us money or wonderful magazines. And that's how you learn more. So that's it. We're going to get back with the film, right?
Indeed.
All right, back we go to the psychic. And when we come back, we will be rejoined by Mr. Crowbar. See you soon.
This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
Welcome back to Creature Features. If you're just joining us, I don't know what to say to you. You're bloody late. These people don't own a sardine clock or something. I don't know. We're watching The Psychic, 1977, with Mr. Crowbar. And you were going to tell a tale during the break, and I made you stop because I wanted you to do it on the air, where you operated an entire chain of hippie shops.
Yeah.
So things like incense, things like maybe some paraphernalia, and then like posters, and you said patchouli oil. You were responsible for bottling patchouli oil?
Yeah. We bottled them in little bottles, all the oils.
Of all the concerts I've ever done, the worst thing I ever encountered was a wave of patchouli oil smell coming towards the stage and smelling like it for the next 2 days.
Yeah.
Just from being... What is it? What is a patchouli?
I don't know, but I love it.
All right. Well, I notice you don't smell like it.
Not now.
All right.
It wore off after years.
After years. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
All right, but you served Vietnam vets.
Yeah.
Tell me the story.
Well, we had a mail order operation, and we got a lot of letters from around the country.
Right.
And people would send us money and ask us to send them things. So we got a lot of letters from Vietnam and asking for newspaper articles, even Life magazine. I mean, they had nothing in Vietnam. So I wrapped up a package and put the Oracle in there and the Berkeley Barb and a few other goodies. No incense. You don't want to burn incense while you're fighting the enemy.
No.
They'll smell you a mile away.
Right.
Anyhow, but it was so, people were so grateful to get this. They felt touched in to America.
Right.
And so I had a lot of soldiers come back and walk in my store and give me a hug or a handshake and thank me for bringing them a bit of America.
Right. And you would ship this to Vietnam?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What would it cost to ship something to Vietnam back in those days?
I don't even have a clue. I don't think it was a lot.
Right.
You know, it was, yeah.
It's going to the soldiers.
I don't remember. We're talking 50, 55 years ago.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I still have a lot of letters.
From these soldiers?
Yeah. Or I have a letter of a photograph of a group of soldiers all with their arms around each other, you know, saying, hey, Crowbar, thank you.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah, it was my part.
That's right. No. That's well, you know, it's better than like going and shooting somebody, right?
Yeah.
You know, go help a soldier.
Yeah.
All right, what do you say we get back to this movie, and then when we come back, we're going to get another story from you, right?
Yeah.
All right. Off we go. The Psychic, 1977, Jennifer O'Neill, and some other people. I don't know. They have Italian names, so they must be good. See you soon.
Hey, this is George from Tempe, Arizona. I'm a teacher and I'm on summer break. And it was just wonderful running across your program. I've never seen it before. Now that I've seen it, I'm hooked. This is great. It reminds me a lot of Mystery Science Theater. Just love this program, the Sci-Fi. This is awesome. Thank you.
This is Livingston, and you're watching Creature Features. Not now. Stay tuned.
Crowbar, who does your hair?
Me and my girlfriend over there.
Oh, so you
Yeah.
do it together?
What do you think?
How's that work? No, I love it.
I love your hair too.
You should both come do mine.
There's a lot of hair in there.
No, I look like an anime character tonight for some reason. Like I should be doing Dragon Ball Z or something. You know, I don't watch anime. I should. Anyways, welcome back to the show. We are watching The Psychic, 1977. Do you know this film, Quentin Tarantino, he wanted to recreate this? with Jane Fonda. I'm bloody glad he didn't.
No.
No, I mean, that's...
He'd make it scary.
He would probably make it better, but it'd probably still be somewhat rather stupid. I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of a boring film. Oh, yak. I'd rather hear you talk. This gang thing you've got going. Tell me about this artista thing.
The artista. Well, that started about 1977 with
Right.
a building in Santa Fe called the Concrete Foundation of the Fine Arts.
Nice.
Say that in one breath.
Right.
And they had a variety of artists that worked in there, and they called them the Big Five, which is Alton Kelly, Stanley Mouse, Victor Moscoso, Wes Wilson, and Rick Griffin.
And
Five.
these were famous in the 60s type of...
Poster artists.
right,
Yeah, they
right.
were responsible for some of the best poster artists at the Fillmore and the Avalon. And it was real interesting to walk down the hallway and look in the rooms because you'll see American graffiti being painted.
Right.
And then you walk to the next room, you see the Grateful Dead, a poster or an album cover. And each room you looked in, you saw history being made
Right.
by the artists. So anyhow, one day they had a party and they drew a dragon on the poster. And they took that dragon and elaborated on it and decided to turn it into a gang, tongue-in-cheek.
A gang.
A gang.
Like a motorcycle gang.
Well, yeah, but we didn't ride motorcycles.
Right. So it's like...
But
No.
I'll tell you, in order to, back then, maybe even now, anytime you form a gang, you have to approach the Hells Angels and ask them permission. And so Kelly did just that. Alton Kelly went and talked to Sonny Barger and asked him permission if we can start a gang. Sonny said, yeah, as long as we don't use the rocker, the California rocker.
Oh.
So Kelly designed the rocker going the other way on the top.
So the Hells Angels are more concerned about trademark issues
They
than they are
are.
about competing artistic gangs.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
'Cause, of course, you don't have motorcycles, so they could catch you quickly. Right?
Okay,
So-
yeah. Yeah. But anyhow, it took off. Kelly decided to create a gang, tongue-in-cheek, and it took off, and it took off big. And I think within 2 or 3 years, we probably gained 600 gang members. And
Each gang member being an artist.
pretty much an
Right.
artist defined as a musician or a creative person or
right.
an artist. We got in Father Guido Sarducci became a member. If you
I've
remember
met him. He's wonderful.
Don Novello.
Right.
Yeah, he's a gang member. Bill Graham is a gang member. Ken Kesey is a gang member. Most of all the bands involved in the 60s became gang members. So you got the Jefferson Airplane and Big Brother and the Holding Company and who have you. You can name all the bands. Pretty much many people in the Bay Area joined the gang because it was kind of a cute, fun thing to do. And it was kind of interesting to wear your gang jacket, hundreds of us walking down the street together. You can imagine. We got a lot of honks, a lot of thumbs up.
Especially if you have some famous faces
Yeah.
like that. How wonderful. So this is an ongoing entity
That started about almost 45 years ago.
and is still going strong.
Very strong. I could talk about that in the next segment if you would like.
Yes, let's do it. And we need to get back to this movie, The Psychic,
Yes.
because I'm not very psychic. I don't know what's going to happen next, and I don't think you are either.
No, I haven't a clue.
But I predict it'll get better. Maybe. Anyways, back to the film. We will see you on the other side of the break. Don't go away.
Hello, this is Mr. Livingston. It would appear I have been tasked with requesting you to help our show financially by visiting our Patreon page. Your generosity will help us keep Creature Features on the air. With only a few dollars a month from you, your kindness will allow us to continue creating new entertainment for your viewing pleasure each and every week. And if you have the desire to give more, you might even receive a gift from Tangela. I think not. Please visit the website below to learn more. Thank you. Tangela, I have popcorns for the guests, if you don't mind.
It's psychic time. Oh, it's psychic time. No, it's not. It's Artista time.
It is.
And you've brought a thing.
Yeah, I brought our jacket.
Well, show me.
Okay, this is the dragon that I was mentioning earlier.
Right.
And if you look at it, these are our gang jackets. Can you see it? Okay?
This is the official gang jacket.
This is the official gang jacket.
Right.
And it is a picture of a dragon coming out of a paint tube.
It's not leather.
No, it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be satin.
And then it's got this logo.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. And you've got a button.
Yeah.
2 buttons. What's this one?
That's a musician.
All right.
And we just load our jackets with buttons and pins and...
With flair.
Yes.
You put flair over here, and then it says crowbar. And you're a member of the Starfleet Academy.
Starfleet. I've been hitting that button for years.
So, you know, this artwork, I've seen it on a friend of ours, Mr. John Provost, who happens to be in the audience. Come out, John. Show us your coat. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Look at him. You know, these two are friends, so that's why. Show the back.
Yeah,
Oh, look at this.
That's our black and white version.
That's beautiful. That's gorgeous.
And of course, there are
Very
no
nice.
rules.
No,
Can't have rules.
And he's a member because he's a nice guy.
And
Right.
he doesn't like rules.
Thank you, John. So do you have get together and have pancake breakfast?
That's
or
what we
do.
do. We've been together 45 years.
Thank you, John. Thank you, John.
Yeah. Thank you, John.
45 years, and you did what?
We've been together 45 years, and I just keep it together. That's my job, is to keep the family
moment.
together.
Tangela, will you?
No. Why do I bother?
It's about time.
So how many years? 45?
45.
45 years.
And
My goodness.
we've gained about maybe 1,500 members worldwide. They're all over
And
the
so
world.
there's some fresh blood now, I imagine.
We get flesh blood. In fact, I just inducted 2 new people last week.
Oh, is there an initiation?
There is.
Is it painful? Is it like hazing?
No, it's you got to spread your legs and get up on a tree, kind of up
that's-
against the wall.
That sounds terrible. Oh, like you're being searched by the police.
That's it.
Oh, and that's it. And you're
So
looking
it's
for
a back
weapons.
shot and then
All
a
right.
front shot.
All right.
And an introduction into the gang. And then, and my job is to keep this thing going. I've been keeping it going for about 25, 30 years.
Good for you.
Keeping the family going.
Right.
And every year we throw a big party. And all the bands, I might add, play for free.
Oh,
They're
how
very
nice.
kind. They're very generous. We've had Huey Lewis and Carlos Santana and Joan Baez and every band you could possibly imagine, over 130
Wow.
have played for us over the years.
How wonderful.
It is wonderful.
And you would do this at one of your houses, or would you do it like a...
No, because we get around 300 to 500 people. So
Oh, my goodness.
So and they come from all over the world. They fly
Right.
in, get hotels, because they're legendary. So our
Right.
parties are legendary.
How fun.
It is.
All right. What do you say we end this film?
Let's end it.
Let's end it. So we're going to go to the end of The Psychic. When the credits roll, don't go away, because Crowbar will still be here. I'll be here. Tangel will be sitting right here, and you'll be gone, and that would be wrong, would it not?
It would.
That's right. All right. So we will see you on the other side of the credits for The Psychic. Don't go away. And so ends The Psychic. Did you see that coming? You did. Yeah, she knows these films better than I do. No, she'd be a superior host for this program, but she won't speak in front of a camera. Yeah, that's the way it works. But, you know, if we could figure out a way to do television without cameras, then no, she'd sign up. In any case, Artista, that's what you're doing. What else are you doing next?
Not much. I'm 76 years old, and it takes me a long time just to get my day going. So
all right. Well,
I could spend the rest of my life working with Artista.
So, and you've done enough so far. I mean, it's not like you need to have, like, you know, some plan for like 50 years from now, right?
Yeah.
Right. Website.
You
have one.
www.artistagang.com.
Artistagang.com.
Yes, sir.
That's nice.
And you'll see our story. You'll see a lot about our story.
The full story.
And who we are.
Did you build the website?
No. A friend of mine built a website.
Right. It's better to get somebody who knows how to do these things instead of trying to do it yourself. All right, Crowbar. Well, thank you so much for coming out to the mansion and telling us about your stuff.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on your show.
It was our pleasure. And next time you're in the area, you come see us, right?
Tomorrow at 4.
That sounds good. We'll go have clam chowder down at the harbor.
I love it.
All right. As far as you guys go, thank you for staying up late and watching our program. We know you could have been watching that Singing Nun movie, but instead you joined us, and that makes you not only wonderful, but it puts you on our best people list, right? That's right. We'll see you next week. Different movie, different guest. I don't know who, but I'm sure it'll be just as fun as this week. See you next time. So, Crowbar, you know, I'm not in any gangs or any clubs. I'm wondering if maybe I could join your club.
Not a chance in hell.